Why, hello there, friends, and and welcome to the side story that everyone wanted me to play alongside Eden, because apparently it has story implications, which is kind of weird if it's like really that important to put it in a side story. It's just odd to me. I feel like if all the stories important, then the important bits should be in the main game, but whatever. We're gonna play this alongside Eden. And it'll be a fun and weird experience, because we'll be playing Eden while playing this at the same time, and it's like going back in time real quick, and only to go back forward in time to... You know what I'm trying to say. Anywho, also, there's two voices that we can have as our shits. Asuko's gonna be the one today. JB's okay. Now, this is interesting. Yuji's actually voiced. And I mean, he sounds like a very nice. But sorry, I'm too used to it at this point. I'm too used to it. I know you're probably mad, but I feel like if I don't voice something, what the hell am I gonna voice? The narration? I like playing as the main character, so we're gonna jump in from the beginning, see what this actually is. Already starting off great. Rain, love it. Not gonna lie, I do like the rain though. Looking at his reflection in the rear view mirror beside the driver's seat of his taxi, Ueda Suichi tries over and over to pluck out the hairs he missed when shaving. Dude, I hate that. He usually picks up customers like a normal taxi driver, using the company's car. Once in a while, however, he is ordered to drop off packages or people, as though the company just happens to remember he's around from time to time. If it's a package, the job is over when he drops it off. If it's a person, he must also sometimes wait for them to come back and take him home. It's been a relatively peaceful period, despite a few minor incidents, such as the recipient of the package not showing up or the person dropped off not returning. Ueda's battlefield is far removed from the stench of blood and gunpowder. There's also the added bonus of getting additional pay on top of his normal taxi salary. Excellent. It's not the kind of money to make a man laugh incessantly with joy, but it gives him a measure of peace, so much so that he's developed a bit of a paunch. He can't imagine any greater luxury. Oh, where are you taking me? Around when he entered the organization, one of his passengers, quote, asked him a question. The man had gotten into the car and asked, "You mind if I smoke?" Truthfully speaking, he wasn't exactly eager to have his one tool of the trade finally awarded to him by the company, stinking of cigarettes. Yeah. This passenger was an important one, though. A special. It's a special. And he couldn't afford to get on his bad side. Ueda told him how to use the ashtray. Ueda's displeasure must have accidentally shown on his face. Looking at him, the passenger chuckled as he lit a cigarette. "I'm the kind of guy who's happy as long as he can have a smoke. Makes you jealous, huh? Yeah, I mean, if you want to have nasty ass fucking smoke and ash in your mouth, that's who am I to stop you?" I honestly can't like breathe in cigarette smoke because I die. Much less smoke it. No smoking, man. Telling you. At the time, Ueda didn't comprehend the meaning of the man's words. After however many years working for his current employer, though, he found that he was able to understand them completely. To that passenger, smoking was an important luxury, however small. That's how he lives even now, in a world where smoking could be considered an extravagance. No, there's no way of knowing whether the passenger is still alive today. Feels bad. Will he get to drive that passenger around again someday? To be honest, he doesn't care very much. At the moment, he has to deal with his own life. And his job isn't the sort of people who take the time to worry about others. Other people are like the hairs he missed when shaving. He didn't think that way. He wouldn't be able to keep going. Oh God. Today he lets another passenger in his taxi. An irritating one. Like those stubborn facial hairs. Dude, I'm talking about these damn facial hairs. It's a young man. He sits down in the back seat and falls fast asleep then and there, his head hanging. Jesus. Well, I mean, he's a special designated VIP status. Ueda checks him out in his rearview mirror. The legendary agent, Ichigaya 9029. Yes. Obviously, Ueda's heard of Ichigaya 9029. He's been in the business long enough. It's also rumored, though, that the organization's cooked up a few of these number 9029s in order to raise morale. There's no guarantee this one's the real deal. Trust me, I'm the real deal. Maybe his skeptical look went unnoticed because 10 minutes ago, this so-called number 9029 used some eye drops and he's now hunched over in his seat, not moving an inch. Anyway, it doesn't matter to Ueda whether this guy's a real deal or not. He just wants to hurry up and finish the job and go home, like any other normal fucking person. And he's as he's thinking this, trying to pluck out those few remaining hairs, he hears a voice in his earpiece, the sound of which blends with the pitter-patter of rain on the roof of his cab. Huh. I like how we're getting this unique perspective. This is interesting. The radio conversation is purposely conducted using code names. This time it sounds like the theme is watch brands. Last time the code names were brands of alcohol. Ueda vaguely remembers that his own team was called Mojito, and the lead team was named Scotch. These code names, in other words, served as basic signals for identifying each other. In short, should the Omega team succeed at their job, then the second team, Ueda and his passenger, won't be needed. There aren't many jobs easier than this one. With unfounded optimism, he waits to hear the words "mission complete" over the radio. When his earpiece crackles to life again, it isn't what he wants to hear. Alright, bring him in. Bringing him in. Friggin' klutzes. Feels like he clicked. He feels like clicking his tongue. Ueda adjusts the angle of his rearview mirror so that he can see 9029, who's still napping. He calls out to him. It's time. I'm not sleeping. Yeah. Got it. I'll make a run for it if I fail. So if I'm not back in 10 minutes, you should retreat too. Okay, bye. Saying this, 9029 jumps out of the car's back seat and runs around to the back of the vehicle. He knocks on the lid of the trunk where his luggage is. Open it. Yeah, I'm not... Fine, now hurry. He releases the lock with the lever beside his seat and the trunk opens. Inside the trunk is the luggage Ueda had been entrusted with by the company beforehand. 9029 sticks his head inside the trunk, fishing out around for the luggage. When he removes the tarp, he should be able to spot that familiar case. 9029 grabs the handle of the case and pulls it out, then shuts the trunk straight away. I'll be going then. Oh. Jesus. Time, 5:37 p.m. So that's the time now. Alright, we got till 5:47. The green LED numbers of the digital clock on the dashboard display the current time. Checking it, Ueda furrows his brow. He watches 9029 walk out into the rain. Is he really going to be okay? He'll be fine. This passenger doesn't look much like the image of Ichigaya 9029 that Ueda had conjured up, based on the rumors he'd heard about the agent. He looks more like a teenager. Yeah, funny that. With that ragged leather biker jacket and the rifle case on his back. He looks almost like the guitarist in a punk rock band. Dude, that's the next side story. Just a punk band with Yuji. No, it's not. I'm just saying that would be amazing. The way he protects himself from the rain using the hoodie under his jacket rather than an umbrella simply completes the image. He doesn't exude the fiendish aura one would expect of the legendary agent from the rumors. It's true that the organization Ueda belongs to has quite a few young members. However, young as they are, though, their experiences on the job lends them a sort of ghastliness. Just passing by them is enough to give you goosebumps. Yup, you feel it. But that kid seems kind of spacey. And there's no way to tell what he's thinking. Classic. He does answer when spoken to, but really doesn't say anything else. At one point, there was even rumors that Ichigaya 9029 was actually a woman. Don't be sick. No, it's Asuko the badass. So Ueda had figured he wouldn't be surprised. Whoever it turned out to be, anyway. This was very different from what he expected, though. What do we got? Maybe I've been duped, thinks Ueda. Maybe his being 9029 is a big lie, and he's actually just a disposable pawn to serve as an excuse if the mission fails. It is then that Ueda remembers the boy having said to leave if he didn't return within 10 minutes. If what he said was accurate, there was a chance that Ueda would get caught in the crossfire if he hung around for too long. Alright, when he checks the clock again, Ueda notices that 5 minutes have already elapsed since 9029 left the cab. If the instruction to wait 10 minutes had come from headquarters, then it might actually be wiser to withdraw after 5. What should I do? Should I leave? Nah, we gotta stay. Well, with these thoughts flitting through his mind, Ueda is suddenly brought back to reality by a knock at his window. Surprised, he lifts his head. He sees 9029 standing beside the cab, his hair sopping wet from the rain. What? Did he forget something? Friggin' klutz. God, we're just calling everyone klutzes. Nah, he did it. When he grudgingly lowers his window, however, what he hears from 9029 takes him by surprise. I'm done. Done. Yeah. Surely that was way too fast. I didn't even hear any gunfire, ponders Ueda. Lost in thought once again, the crackle of the radio brings him back to Earth. Thank you, code name. Wink. Open the door. The rain is crazy out here. He's so fucking shocked. After opening the door, a drenched 9029 gets into the back seat. You wouldn't know he'd just completed a job by the look on his face. It's missing that certain expression. He actually looks exasperated, or rather like he's so sleepy he can barely keep his eyes open. I see. So this is the real deal. I'd say that out loud. Saying this, Ueda hands 9029 a towel. He doesn't exactly want the one tool of his trade getting soaked, even if the seats are vinyl. Dude, he is literally... You need to calm down. 9029 looks confused for a moment and just gazes silently at the preferred towel. When words fail me. Finally, he takes it and utters a single word. Thanks. Thank you for the towel. Just Shibuya's fine. I could get a train the rest of the way. No, take me all the way. No. Ueda switches the display on his taxi to occupied and sets off. It's almost like he's an ordinary passenger in the cab once again. After some of his usual tricks, turning down various side streets and changing directions twice, Ueda takes the car into the highway. Into the highway? No, onto the highway. You don't go in the highway. God. He then adjusts his mirror to give him a view of the stray in the back seat. He's not a fucking cat. I'm taking the train home, so... Ueda doesn't understand this response right away. But then he remembers having heard that performance-enhancing drugs makes your pupils dilate and induce belenbophobia. Or a fear of needles. Dude, I used to have that. Now I kind of am okay with it, I guess. Apparently, should you ride a train in that state, even the other passengers' noses will look sharp enough to pierce your eyeballs. A true professional, Ueda kept a pair of cheap sunglasses he'd bought at a nearby tackle shop in the dashboard of his taxi. Even if they're cheap, something's better than nothing. If this kid doesn't have any, then, I'd be happy to part with them. Or he'd be... Had to adjust my thing real quick. Hold on. As Ueda's about to raise this, 9029 drowsily turns his head to look outside the car window. It's raining today anyway. At times, professional drivers like Ueda wear sunglasses to improve contrast, even at night or in the rain. Generally, though, a guy wearing sunglasses on a rainy day would stand out. Yeah, that wouldn't look too good. Not to mention... It might just be the relief of completing the job without a hitch. But he starts to loosen up and finds himself becoming more talkative. Seeing as the other guy is so much younger anyway, he feels even more compelled to let go of the tension. Today's passenger, however, is pretty charmless. You always talk this much. Basically, just shut up and drive. That's no fun at all. Dude, I wouldn't be talking. I ain't literally not. Yeah, and sometimes they don't mesh well. You been in this job long? Despite his appearance, Ueda has driven the taxi for a good 8 years in the company's white van for 10. He realizes that he's getting irritated over something fairly trivial. Back in the day, though, Ueda developed some notoriety as the leader of a bike gang in his hometown. For that reason, he retains a strong sense of hierarchy. Alright, this guy, calm down. Shoot. I'm no good at that sort of thing, so I was just keeping my mouth shut. What he struggles with isn't honorific speech, but adopting the correct attitude to fit the person or the situation he's faced with. Good luck with that. Ueda was a bit like that too in his younger years. Already past his mid-30s. With hindsight, he knows just how inexperienced he was in his youth. If someone were to ask him, what were you like back in the day? He would just laugh awkwardly. Ueda got into this line of work when he was 18, after he got too fired up in a brawl and accidentally killed a man. Jesus. If he'd been a bit more put together than this kid, he wouldn't be where he is now. The real deal? Upon this reply, Ueda himself realizes he has no idea what he's saying anymore. The real deal? What does that mean exactly? It's not something you can search for. It's something you have to create for yourself. At the very least, that's how it is in Ueda's world. On what basis did I just decide this guy was the real deal? Ueda struggles to find the words. 9029 brain seems to be at a loss for words as well. Looking around as if in search for an answer, he finally mutters a single word. Thanks. Thanks. Here in Japan, it's a damn useful word. Spend long enough overseas and you wish it had the same effect there too. Nope. Thinking this, Ueda realizes that life must be crueler for this kid than it ever was for him. You don't know the half of it, man. Upon hearing the amazement in Ueda's voice, 9029 looks for a moment like he's searching around for an answer before smiling very slightly. I think so too, sir. At those few words, Ueda laughs abruptly. This music is sick, though, by the way. As he says this, Ueda has a good idea of what the response will be. Thanks. God damn it. It's exactly as Ueda expected. I see. Burp. I suppose that's the boy's charm. Ueda realizes that despite his cheek, the kid has a clumsiness appropriate for someone his age, and that alone gives him a cute sort of charm. Ueda's given up caring about what kind of lifestyle the boy's led, and how many people he's killed. Huh, I must have been scared of him, realizes Ueda. It occurs to him that total strangers ride in the back of his taxi every day, and he talks to them, despite having no idea who they are. Huh, so that's it. At this, Ueda ceases his chatter. Without speaking another word to each other, Ueda emulates this ordinary passenger of his. Emulating. They arrive in front of Shibuya Station without incident. Well, I mean, it could, without accident too, I guess. Oh, yeah. The boy flinches at the sound of his voice, and it dawns on Ueda that this time he must have been sleeping for real. The drowsy expression on the boy's face worries him, but the next moment, a little flustered from his sudden awakening, 9029 starts getting ready to step out. Well then, good work today. Oh, his leather jacket, sodden with rain, is still in the back seat. Yeah, sorry. What's this? Oh, hey. Alright, I'll do that. If one of us doesn't kick the bucket first. Me, probably. With this, 9029 grabs his sun leather jacket and, with the rain still falling, once again throws it over himself as if it were a raincoat. He blends in with the crowd heading toward the station. Before even 10 seconds have passed, he's completely disappeared. In this business, though, that's not really surprising. Looking around, Ueda can see countless young people wearing similar clothes. That's probably why he'd asked to be dropped off at Shibuya Station in the first place. I wonder if I'll work with him again someday. Oh, well. Hey. God damn it. As he's thinking to himself and gazing toward the station in a daze, Ueda hears a knock on the backseat window. Oh, a passenger. Putting on a business smile, Ueda pushes the lever to open the door and lets a businessman into his car. He went. You see that little voice change? At least slightly. There are things that I loved when I was younger, but began to dislike as I got older. For example, canned oranges. I don't really care for orange anyway. When I was a child, I loved canned oranges and pineapples that my mother brought back from the canning plant where she worked. With just me and my mother at home, sweet things were a luxury. Chopped fruit drenched in sugary syrup was very precious indeed. I loved those canned oranges. But one day I asked my mother how the skins were removed. She told me the truth, that the skins were separated from the fruit using an acid alkaline solution. When I heard this, I felt somewhat regretful for eating it. Ever since, I've struggled with canned oranges. Aware that complaining about food is the ultimate vice, though. I was at least thankful that they wouldn't kill me. I learned, especially after joining the military, that a healthy person can eat just about anything. And I came to treasure that force of will that allowed me to ingest even the worst of gruel. As with canned oranges, I just can't bring myself I just can't bring myself to like trains. Look, canned oranges ain't as bad as gruel, alright? When I'm swaying on the train like this, that day comes to mind. The day that my parents died. No, stop. The day I was waiting on a bench at the station for my mother. No, stop! If I hadn't gone back to that house, if I just got on the train, what would have happened to me? Would I have been able to lead a more normal life? Or would I? There's no way to know for certain. No matter how much I may regret it, however, the past can't be changed. Nope. Gotta look forward. Only that is certain. I close my eyes as though to shake off the past and cut myself off from the world around. At the bottom of the ocean, where it's impossible to tell which way is up, my consciousness alone drifts languidly by, neither floating nor sinking. It feels similar to the sensation of that one experiences just before falling asleep. My consciousness begins to fade. Oh God. Me holding a gun. Oh, no, drip. I knew it was me pulling the trigger. Oh, no. Instead of the bloop, it was a more graphic bloop. I feel like I'm watching myself from a distance. When this happens, I can't do anything to stop myself. I can only watch myself kill. Good Lord. It's always like this after finishing a job. After dragging this feeling around with me for a while, everything begins to feel meaningless. Even breathing feels like a chore. I just want to die. When that happens, I just have to think about my master Osko. Yeah, we love her. Since I started living with Osko, I've been able to get back to my normal self much, much quicker than before. I think about trivial, inane things. When Osko first took me under her wing, she brought me to all sorts of places. In those days, I was often in low spirits, and I couldn't control my emotions very well. One night, Osko took me to Yokohama to watch a baseball game. I didn't have any particular interest in baseball. Neither do I. And the limits to Osko's knowledge of the sport became clear when she asked, "Wait, how many people do you need to play baseball?" So why'd you take me to see it? When I asked her, she simply replied, "Doesn't beer taste great when you're watching baseball?" It was obviously just a whim. Having brought me along to the stadium without asking my opinion on the matter, Osko went ahead and ordered the beer she'd been craving.
Oi! Beer kure!
Fucking classic dough. What? I meant dude. The beer girl walking past our seat heard her and came over to us. However, Osko said something I didn't expect.
いや、お前じゃねえよ。
Huh? The beer girl who responded when Osko called out was from S Beer, but she was coldly turned down. Instead, Osko called over to a girl from K Beer, who was a little farther away. I thought that all beer was the same. Without realizing it, I had furrowed my brow at Osko's actions. She saw this and said to me,
そういうもんなんだよ。
I remember the pained smile she flashed me as she said this. Ooh, I see. My master is extremely picky when it comes to beer, to a degree most people wouldn't understand. That's what I thought at the time, at least. However, after living with her for a few years, I realized that I was mistaken. It turned out that as long as it was beer, the woman would drink anything. Whether it's uniquely rich and aromatic, or a light lager, as weak as water. As long as it's ice cold, she's got no complaints. In other words, it wasn't what she was drinking, but the atmosphere that was important. As long as she could kick back and drink a cold one, she was happy. The simple life. Just thinking about that brings a smile to my face. My master's just adorable. God damn it, Yuji. As long as I can think back to these silly, trivial memories. I know I'm still alright. I know I could keep going. Little by little, my dulled mind begins to clear. Once I regain my senses, I'm able to open my eyes. The first thing that comes into my field of vision is my own arm. On my left wrist is the watch I received as a birthday present from a certain ditzy, talkative woman. I can see the the second sub-dial at the 9 o'clock mark moving slowly, but I can't feel the flow of time myself. My head's just not there yet. Dude, the moment when time just seems to stand still. I change trains a number of times until I'm surrounded by familiar scenery. Not only do I now feel the passage of time keenly, my body also feels very heavy. I suppose that should come to no surprise, since I did wander about in the rain without an umbrella and, did a thing. I just want to get back to the mountain cabin and take a hot shower. Oh, that feels so good. I want to get home soon. My mind consumed by that one thought. I march straight ahead, not even bothering to look left or right. That's dangerous, Eugenius. Away. It's always the same, our mountain cabin. A place to come home to. Everything I am is here. Before I left for work, Asuka was still in bed, her arms and legs outstretched like a starfish. 5 hours have passed since then. She can't still be sleeping. She's walking. I know what to expect, though. She's probably lolling about on the living room couch with a beer again, after waking up and taking a shower sometime earlier. Hello? I'm home.
Oh, お疲れ。仕事どうだった?
It was something. Piece of cake. It was a simple one.
でもお前、震えてるじゃねえか。
It's raining. I'm cold. I'm shivering. I got drenched in the rain.
おお、そうかい。そんじゃあシャワーでも浴びてきちゃどうだ?
You gonna join me? Ah, damn. That I shall.
風呂場で転ぶなよ。
I've done that before. Huh? I'm not that much of a kid. You hear this voice? I turn on the shower while waiting for the water temperature to stabilize. I shed my sodden clothes, heavy with rain. Dude, that needs to go in the dryer ASAP. No, you put it in the washer first. I know, it sounds weird, but you gotta still wash them. Every layer I take off makes me feel lighter. So light I feel I might float away. I grumble to myself about how bad the rain was, as the shower water warms my cold skin. Ah, this is what it's like. It's a nice feeling. It's like all the tension I was carrying is melting away in the hot water. I let out a huge sigh as if expelling all the stagnant air from my lungs, when my knees suddenly buckle. Oh, I didn't think he would. Help me. Yeah, I'm fine. Oh, I don't know why I fell. The instant I let out that large sigh, all the strength seemed to just leave my body with it. That's weird. What the hell? I'm not cold anymore, but my knees and my hands won't stop shaking. I feel like my chest is being crushed. It's like every pore in my body is open, dripping cold sweat. Oh no! Despite the situation, Asuka just gives me a cute, devilish grin. Oh, thanks for telling me.
この商売やってりゃ誰もが一度は経験する。引き金を引く前は集中してるから気にならない。引いた後は興奮しているから気づかない。安全な場所に帰ってきてシャワーなんかを浴びてる最中に、ああやばかったなーって思い出しながら、ほっと息を抜いた瞬間に不意にガクッとくる。
Your body's literally like, I think I'm done. Just, do you mean that if I relax for even a second during combat, I'd end up like this too?
戦闘中は大丈夫だ。銃を撃ちながら小便を漏らしても自分じゃ気づかないぐらい集中してるもんだ。
Oh shit, I pissed myself.
一番やばいのは戦闘が終わった後だ。ほら、前にも話しただろ。戦場で腹を裂かれた兵士が飛び出る内臓を抱えながら10キロも歩いて、やっと野戦病院までたどり着いたところで、看護兵の顔を見て安心した瞬間に死んだって話。
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
それと同じことだ。今日は雨が降ってたからな。自分じゃどうってことないと思ってても、思っている以上に余計なストレスがかかってたんだろう。
I see. I'm still just a pathetic whelp, huh? She said everyone in this business goes through this.
命のやりとりってのはそういうもんだし、何度も経験してりゃそのうち麻痺する。お前はまだ麻痺していないって証拠だ。
So that's how it works, huh?
不思議なもんで、引き金ってやつは軽くなりすぎると当たらなくなる。お前はそれでいい。
Oh, she even said that before, too. I'm such a coward that it makes me want to puke.
よし、ユージ。こっち来い。よくやった、ユージ。ご苦労だった。もう休め。
Just... Asuka always holds me tight after saying those words. It's been the same ever since I was little. However much I try to persuade myself that I'm not a kid anymore, it gives me an irreplaceable sense of relief. After her embrace, I rest my head on her lap and have her pet it. Oh yeah, I finally begin to regain my composure and get a little fed up at myself for being babied so much.
いいか？風見雄二は風見雄二でしかない。それ以上でもなければそれ以下でもない。
Kazami Yuji occupation, but I'm Kazami Yuji occupation like all sorts of things. But right now it's occupation baby. But it's fine to be a baby every now and then.
確かに、風見雄二は人殺しの最低のクソ野郎だ。誰もがそれを知っていて、誰もがお前を嫌うだろう。
Oh, I know.
だが、お前はそれでいい。
Oh, she keeps saying it.
誰に嫌われていても構わん。そんなお前を仲間は必要としているし、私が誰よりもお前を愛している。お前は、お前の大切な仲間のために生きればいい。私のために生きればいい。それ以上の評価が必要か？
It's, I don't. As long as the person I value understands me, then that's all I need. Am I really Kazami Yuji, though? Well, occupation baby. Is it really okay for me to carry on as Kazami Yuji?
いいんだ。お前はそれでいい。
Asuka repeats these words over and over, as if she's seen through my anxiety. I'm okay the way I am. It's better that I live on. When I hear these sentiments from her, I'm able to be totally at ease. It's like everything just calms down. Yes, I'll live for the sake of this woman. Yeah, we saw the sadness. I'll become her trigger finger, and I'll pull the trigger in her place, no matter how many times, no matter how many people I kill. God, that's enough to make me happy. Just like how a cold beer is enough to make her happy. As my mind gradually goes blank, the tremors finally stop. Though I'm grateful to have this woman here with me, I'm also ashamed for the pitiful way I impose myself on her. The torrential rain ceases, and light begins to trickle out from behind the gray clouds. Such a beautiful sky. Sky dating simulator coming. I'd been struggling forward in life without knowing the right path. That's why my knees gave out in the bathroom. But as long as I can think of it as another bridge crossed, I reckon I'll be a bit more confident when tomorrow comes. As the sun begins to set in the sky, that day only grows closer. After that incident, time passes by in a flash. The sun sets, as I repeat my usual daily routine. Hello? Oh, I'm in charge of making dinner tonight. The fridge is stuffed with ingredients. I open it, wondering what to make. Inside, I find the remaining half of a block of pork that Osco bought on a whim. Guess I'll make ginger pork, I guess. I'll chop up some cabbage from the vegetable garden and garnish it with tomatoes. Take off them tomatoes and we got a deal. Do we still have mayonnaise? Oh, I hope it's not old. If not, I'll just throw together some eggs, vinegar, and oil and make some myself. As I ponder my game plan, I hear random humming coming from the bathroom. I wanted that to keep going forever. Well, she's sure taking it easy. Osco's soaking in a hot bath filled to the brim and humming a strange original melody of hers. As odd as it may seem, she sounds very happy. Hey, I liked it. There may come a day when I can't be with her anymore. Fuck. Just thinking about that makes this happiness feel a little bittersweet. But it's okay. Even if she's not by my side, as long as Osco's happy and healthy, it's okay. Stop! Just thinking back to Osco's humming today should bring a smile to my face, whatever the situation. Oh, the angry roar of a V8 engine reaches my ears from the car park at the foot of the hill. Uh-oh, shattering my peaceful reverie. There's only one person who'd drive up into the heart of these mountains in a top-end Italian sports car. Come on in. It had to be JB. I can bet that she's struggling to park that car, the rear of which you can hardly see when reversing, next to Osco's F-150. The roar of the engine finally ceases, and I can hear her high heels crushing against the gravel of the path up the hill. She appears at the door, making no effort to hide the displeasure on her face. Man, it must be hard to walk in on, like, stones and rocks and gravel and shit and heels. She's a fucking champion. What? She lets out a loud huff, but remains otherwise silent as she glares at me. The chunk of pork still in my hand. It's exactly what it looks like. Look, I'm just... What? I'm angry, can't you tell? You should be able to grasp that much, at least. Why don't you try racking your brain once more and as to why I might be so angry? Don't make me spell it out for you. These words were splattered all over JB's face. Man, she's easy to read. Sorry?
Huh? Nani ga?
Well, you know, for, well, crap. The words "you thought I'd forgive you if you just apologized" are painted big and bright on her face. How you doing, JB? Damn, you have great timing. I was just about to start making dinner. How about staying for some food? It would work for a man, so... Or at least me. So maybe it would work for you. No, that's not what I meant. She's being happy. She's in the bath. Yes. With this, JB stomps off, every step of hers echoing off the floor. God, she's like stomping on heels. Burp. She opens the bathroom door with all the force of a warrant-wielding narcotics officer on a raid. Oh. You idiot, jackass, alpaca. I've never heard anyone call someone an alpaca. Also, even though it doesn't show nips, I probably have to censor this anyway. God, Blizzard.
Alpaca?
Yeah, see? Wait, what kind of animal's an alpaca? Wait, you don't know what an alpaca is? God fucking damn it. Osco tries to conjure up an image of an alpaca from memory. She looks up at the ceiling and squints as though she were trying to remove a piece of spinach stuck between her back teeth. Well,
違うわよ。あなたが今想像したのはカピバラ。アルパカってのはほらあれよ。ラクダと羊の中間みたいなやつ。
damn, knew exactly what she was thinking too.
ああ。っていうか、なんで私の考えてるものが分かったんだ？怪しいやつ。
That's kind of
そんなことはどうでもいいのよ。話を脱線させてごまかそうとしないで。
that's kind of sus. And just you're the one who changed the subject, JB. Though Osco is well aware that now isn't the time to say something like that. Reading the room, I'd learned recently from JB that this was a very important life skill.
あれほどダメだって言ったでしょ。どうして資格が取れるまで待てないの？バカなの？カバなの？アルパカなの？
There's the alpaca again.
いや、アルパカではないな。
His fucking face right now.
知ってるわよそれぐらい。見ればわかるわよそれぐらい。
So mad. When she's like this, JB can't be stopped. It's like a fucking freight train. Make one lame excuse and it's like adding fuel to the fire. For however long, she'll scream and shout and throw whatever's within her reach, taking all her frustration out on other people until she finally starts crying. She'll sob, "No one understands what I go through." And then we have to say, "Oh, that's not true," over and over again, or she'll never calm down. Maybe it's because she's usually so patient and tolerant, but when she explodes, there's no other way to stop her, other than to slap her in the face and push her down on the bed. Damn!
ねえ、あさこ、どうして自分で仕事に行かないの？いや、今日のはあれだ。私が寝てる間にユージのやつが勝手にだな。
It's true. I did go out while she was sleeping.
いや、悪いとは思ってんだぞ。また体調のせい？この前の検診の結果、報告がないけど、どうだったの？
Oh no.
結果も何も受けなかったからな。
Fucking...
ちょっとあさこ。
Why you? Shakes fist at Sky.
大丈夫だってなんともねえよ。力だってまだあるぞ。ほれ。ちょっと嘘。
Oh god. Oh, what? Well, I see. So that was an option too. She was in her suit and everything. As a means of shutting up JB, Osco dragged her into the hot bath.
いやー、嘘でしょ。これイタリアンスーツなんですけど。
Damn, that's gonna need super dry cleaning.
知るかよ。お前はどうも日本に来てから本物にこだわるようになったな。
JB is my superior, and on top of that, the case officer charged with supervising me. I'd never get away with pulling her into the bath fully clothed like that. No, that's just the nature of Osco and JB's relationship. Something like that has to be earned. Osco laughs mischievously at JB, puffing out her cheeks in frustration. She starts ripping off her clothes despairingly. Get him off!
もうどうでもいいわ。
And she just finally just deals with it.
そうそう、それでいい。あんな細けいことうだうだ考えてっとシワが増えんぞ。
See, she does. I mean, you can't see because I'm probably censoring it, but she doesn't have. They don't have nipples. But I'm, you know, you never know anymore with the stuffs. At least it's not face zoom-ins.
誰のせいだと思ってんのよ。そうだな、悪いのはお前じゃない。あー、ユージ、ビール持ってこいよ。
Yes, ma'am. You called?
お、ビールのおかわりくれ。JB の分もな。
Nah. If you want to keep drinking, do it when you get out of the bath. You're gonna pass out.
たかがビールだぞ。ついでになんかつまみも作ってくれ。
You're not some Hollywood celebrity drinking champagne in your jacuzzi, you know.
つかユージよ、お前も入れよ。
I think I'll just go back to my pork. Very funny, as if anyone else could fit in that tiny-ass bath with two massive women already in it.
あ、おいこら、ユージ。
It's true, though. This is quite full. I'll have dinner ready for you guys when you get out of the bath, so hurry up. And I'm going to dry JB's clothes. I'll leave a set to change into out here.
チェー、んだよあいつ。恥ずかしがってんのか？
I mean, it's logical. Literally, you can't fit in there. I mean, maybe if, like, you go, like, this way, like, she sits there, you sit that. That's like, barely squeezable.
つかなんでお前がちょっと恥ずかしがってんだよ。裸見られるぐらい今更だろ。うるさいわね。
Fucking slaps her tit.
っておい、いちいちお湯を飛ばすなよ。本が濡れるだろうが。
Well, you should have thought about that before you just fucking, like, suplexed JB into the fucking bath.
本？ほらそこ。本棚があるだろ。
Wait, you gotta wait. Hold on.
なんでお風呂場の脱衣所に本棚なんて？
I mean, I get it, so you can like read something while you're, you know, but still.
ユージが作ったんだよ。
Good job, Yuji.
そういえばトイレにも本棚があったわよね。
ああ、それもユージだ。あいつ、何でも好きな本を読めって言ったら、結構な数の本を溜め込みやがってさ。
Fucking Kazami Yuji occupation bookshelf maker, carpenter.
買ったはいいけど、読んでない本って結構あるだろ？特にハードカバー系な。そういう本を風呂場と便所の本棚に詰め込んでおくんだよ。そんで、風呂とか便所のたびに詰め込んである本を読む。そうすると、溜まってた未読本が結構な速度で減っていくんだわ、これが。
ふん。お風呂で本なんか読んで本がダメになったりしないの？
As long as you try hard not to get them wet.
私も結構風呂で本は読むが、今まで風呂に落としたことはないし、多少しけったところで腐りゃしねえよ。
Yeah, that'll be pretty fine.
まあいいけど、そんなことより朝子、あなた本当に大丈夫なの？
ああ？何がだよ。
わかってるでしょ？あなたの体のことよ。
まあな。内容を選べばまだ仕事はできる。けどな、仕事を選ぶやつは仕事にも選ばれる。奪うやつは奪われる。殺すやつは殺される。それが世の中のルールだ。自分だけが特別なんてことはない。あれがやりたい、これはやりたくないなんて言える立場じゃねえのは分かってる。
目はちゃんと見えているの？
今は見えてるが、時々電気を消したみてえにふっと右目が見えなくなることがある。
Dude, that's scarier than like realizing you need glasses. Because one day you just wake up and your entire vision is just blurry as fuck and you're freaking the hell out. It won't go away! You know?
だからちゃんと検査を受けなさいっていつも。
こればっかりはいくら医者にかかってもな。検査を受けたところで前回からどれだけ悪くなったか思い知らされるだけだ。
でも
しょうがねえんだよ、こればっかりはな。
朝子、
そんな顔すんなよ。今日はすぐに落ちるわけじゃねえって。それとこのことはユージには絶対言うなよ。
God damn it.
分かってる。でも
Hey, how long you ladies planning on boiling in the bath? Dinner's ready.
おお今出るよ
God damn it. Come on, get out. Get out.
なんだかうまそうな匂いだな
Well, I made some ginger pork. That shit's gonna be tasty. Oh, oh. So, well, at least the plus side is we're definitely getting more Asako and JB and, well, us. All, you know what I mean? So that's a plus. I I feel like doing this alongside Eden's probably the best plan. Because the hype couldn't be stopped. Like, let's be real here.